All right, we finally get to the Kombi. Nice Syncro. It's been standing for probably close to 10 years by now. As you can see, this is proper barn dust. We believe the right rear is locked up, so that's why it's on a dolly. Just to move it forward slightly so we can open the boot and get to the motor. Check all that dust. We're going to start off with the basics, check air, fuel, spark, and see if we can get it going again. Cobwebs everywhere. Right, starting with air filter, see if that's not maybe blocked up. Check some oil, check if there's spark. Make sure you've got fuel, fresh fuel, probably get some new fuel. And then turn the key and see if we can crank. Air filter seems fine, no animals living in there. I'll put that back. Let's check oil. Just make sure there's something, probably going to be quite dirty. Okay, there's oil. Let's put that back. Let's try this with one hand, but I just make sure that the motor's still turning over. As you can see, all belts are going. I gave the belts a quick look. And yeah, they've been standing for a while, but I mean, they're not cracked or dry rotted, so they shouldn't pop off immediately. Next up, I'm going to remove the main spark plug lead. And let's try to turn the motor over to at least lube up whatever's left and see how it goes. Alright, we've got a fresh battery in. It's maybe a bit small, but let's see if she cranks. Keep in mind the coil is still unplugged, so we won't get any spark. We've just been building some oil pressure. Let's see what she does. The wipers are on. Let's see now. Alright, oil line went out. Let's plug back in the coil and see what we get. Alright, so I gave it a few cranks and I think there's no fuel. We cracked a bleeder, sort of air bleed here in the fuel line. Nothing's coming out. Also, the gauge is saying beyond 0. So we've got this much fuel. We're going to throw it in here, see if that makes a difference. If not, we'll get another proper 10 liters and try again. Okay, so I've added the fuel. Still no luck. I'm pretty sure it's fuel related. The gauge is not moving, there's still nothing come out of the bleeder. So to try and see, confirm that it's fuel related, we're gonna squirt some carb cleaner, something flammable, right past the throttle body, turn the key and see what happens. Right, here goes, carb cleaner. Open throttle all the way so we don't spray straight into the butterfly. And let's see. Okay, it wants to run, it just needs fuel. I think let's stop messing with it, grab a 10 litres or whatever, throw it in there. Maybe try and confirm that the fuel pump and fuel system is working and see how it goes. Alright, you now join me underneath the car. We kept having fuel delivery issues, so we traced it back all the way to the fuel pump. I'm guessing it was stuck to varnished old fuel. Yeah, so replaced the fuel pump, checked all the lines. We've got a new fuel filter as well. We're just going to start it on this, catch all the junk that's in the tank, then replace that fuel filter. So, new fuel filter, new fuel pump. Let's see if we now have any fuel at the motor, and then she should start. Alright, we finally got fuel flow to the motor, but with fuel flow comes fuel leaks. Seems like we need to replace this hose. Alright, another update. Fuel pump's in, fuel filter changed. Fuel hose is changed after we saw some leaks, still nothing. I pulled the injectors on the side to see if there's fuel coming out of the injectors. Nothing. Took the injectors out, took them to have them cleaned, they can't clean them. Some carb cleaner and battery off the vehicle, tried to open the injectors, carb cleaner, compressed air, the works, tried to clean them. I got them as clean as I can get them. I did sort of bench test them and they were working, they were squirting car cleaner with compressed air from the back on the battery outside the car. So they are back in. I'll show you now, and then it's turned the key, and that's all I've got. If it doesn't start now, it's never going to start. Right, so here's our injectors. There's like a plastic distribution block with a feed return on the other side, and then the two injectors. Pull the harness, remove that 10mm bolt, and then you can take that whole assembly out. Let's put you on the rack and see if it starts. Right, it starts, it kind of runs. It's definitely only on 3 cylinders. The one injector was funky, and apparently the one cylinder is missing spark plug wise. But it's working. Okay, I'm going to check for leaks, and then we can run it a bit longer. As can be expected after standing for so long, there's no brake fluid, I've got no clutch, very soft brakes. So yeah, fun fact, the reservoir is behind the speedometer. So let's fill that up and try again. Now, unfortunately, I ran out of time. I had to fly back home, and we didn't get this Kombi running. We got the engine started, but it's not back on the road. Let me know down in the comments if you'd like to see me head back and finalize this project. But in the meantime, remember, it's not game over, it's game on.